Well, tonight we start the bulletin with President Uhuru Kenyatta's onslaught on legislators engaging in double careers. Whilst leading the nation in marking 55 years of independence, the president made a scathing attack on 3 members of parliament who are part of Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko's legal team in a 387 million Kenya shillings graft case. Now, Kenyatta termed as profound conflict of interest instances when members of parliament whose core duty is oversight represent in court public office holders accused of looting national resources entrusted to them. And as Francis Gachuri reports, a conflict of interest bill is in the pipeline and will be one of the key assignments for Parliament next year.
55 years of independence. President Uhuru Kenyatta presiding at the refurbished Nyayo National Stadium with graft war headlining his speech. The president seemingly incensed by happenings at the anti-corruption court this week, where 2 senators, Elgeyo Marakwet's Kipchumba Murkomen and his Makueni counterpart Mutula Kilonzo Jr., were part of a 12-member legal team representing embattled Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko in a 387 million shillings graft case. Makueni lawmaker Dan Manzo is also part of the team trying to rescue Sonko from the legal storm he faces.
You either serve the public in the role you signed up for, or you serve the republic as a private practitioner. It is a profound conflict of interest to do both.
Murkomen, Kilonzo Jr. and Manzo, following in the footsteps of senior counsel and Siaya Senator James Orengo, who previously represented Busia Governor Sospita Ojamong in a corruption case. A battery of legal minds that also sits in the August House constituted a team of lawyers that successfully shielded Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu from prosecution over alleged abuse of office, failure to pay taxes, and receiving bribes.
Is it fair? Is it right for legislators who have control over funds and exercise oversight over the judiciary to appear in courts as counsel? Is it fair on the judicial officer hearing the case or other parties that one party in the case is represented by persons who can literally change the law applicable to the dispute, control the career progression of the judge or magistrate, or are able to speak with the voice of an entire arm of government?
But members of parliament who are also lawyers have previously argued that they could execute the 2 functions side by side without any conflict, Kenyatta holding a different view, citing the case of judges and magistrates who have to completely cease any legal practice while in office.
State and public officers are not above the law. Our constitutional order is a jealous one. It demands that state and public officers serve no other master but it.
A conflict of interest bill has been prepared and awaits submission to the cabinet for approval and subsequent tabling in parliament next year after being subjected to stakeholder consultation. On the conflict of interest, focus shifts to the August House and how members of parliament will treat the bill when it is tabled next year.
Mtu halazimishwi kufanya hii kazi, lakini ukiamua kuifanya, lazima uifanye kwa njia ya haki.
The war against corruption has gathered pace this year in what Kenyatta says was returning the river to its course. But critics of the purge claim it had been weaponized to politically weaken some players in the 2022 State House succession matrix.
The war on corruption will continue until we weed out from our midst those who abuse the privileges of their offices for personal benefit. No magistrate or judge or any other state or public office who has abused the public trust shall be allowed to hide behind the veil of autonomy or independence.
The arrest and prosecution of Sonko, a perceived bosom buddy of the president, has triggered a fresh debate in the graft war, notwithstanding the serious legal issues it has sparked on the management of the capital city. Francis Gachuri, Citizen TV.